Hey guys, what's up? It's Jason Hamburg. Today we are doing something that I'm very excited about, and that is we are riding this Gas 300 Trials bike. My main sponsor, Prince George Motorsports, is a Yamaha, KTM, and Gas dealer. This is my first time ever riding a Trials bike. I've been really curious about it, especially over the last couple of years. You just are seeing more and more people riding them. I've talked to some people and they just are like real big advocates for what they can do to help in the hard enduro realm. The one thing that I'm a little bit like unsure about when it comes to that is like getting another bike doesn't mean that you double how much time you have to ride. It essentially just means you have to sacrifice an amount of time on your existing bike for this other one. So that's kind of a thing where I'm like a little bit unsure, like do I want to incur this extra cost to now own two bikes, deal with having and owning two bikes, and is it actually worth it that much? And from a lot of people say like it is. So anyway, I'm not gonna solve that question tonight. But I want to do is just kind of like document the process, document the first little bit of riding that I do with this thing, and yeah, just kind of tell you a little bit about what I feel. All right, I am at part of my trail called Hangman's. I feel like a lot of the habits that I've been working towards developing on my big bike are imperative on this. Like you can't do it without doing those habits, you know what I mean? Like, because the bike's so light that it doesn't make any form of traction, like zero, without your feet being on the pegs. So yeah, you need to be standing, you need to be weighting the pegs in order to get like any sort of traction. So that's kind of interesting. So I'm noticing that the double blip is like incredibly important because you don't have the clearance that a normal bike has, but then you also just don't have all of that weight that kind of just like fakes your way over top of stuff. Like I can kind of screw this log up on my regular YZ50X, and that all that inertia and all of that weight kind of just slides me over it, whereas this I'm just like stopping dead, right? So I think that, you know, really being able to place your front wheel like just right and then get that blip is like really important. And obviously it's tough, like only riding this thing for 15 minutes, but keep trying, I guess. All right. Yeah, I feel like right now, probably my biggest weakness is just not really being comfortable. It's very different, the release and kind of engagement point of the clutch. It's very different from my bike. So between that and then the fact, like I was saying, that it kind of like accents what you're not doing well. Fuck, it's hard work, man. Props to the dudes that do this well. This is crazy. It's day 2, digging the new challenge. I was like, not bummed out yesterday, but it's crazy just how much different everything felt. But really, like, I don't know if I summarized this well yesterday, so I'm going to re-summarize it because I was thinking about it again. A regular dirt bike can kind of help you through things. You don't have to do things exactly like textbook. And the weight of the bike or the kind of form factor of the bike will allow you to do the things kind of like half-assed. So like you're jacked up on the side of a hill and you can kind of just like sit on your seat and you're kind of weighting the bike, but also not really. Like stuff like that. That doesn't work on a trials bike. Like it's so light that it makes no traction if you're not standing on the pegs, like weighting the pegs down. And yeah, it kind of just like exposes your flaws, exposes your weaknesses a little bit. And I feel like the big test will be putting a few good sessions in on this and then going back to the big bike and just seeing if that translates or if it just jacks me all up. Today, I'm going to play around with some hill climb stuff, kind of some like slow speed switchbacks, and I'll try and like stay up on the pegs. Keep trying to do some log jumpy things. I don't know. Just have fun with it. So I think I found like a little mini splatter. I'm gonna try and go, let's see here. Where is it? I don't know. There's a little root right there, and then go boop up onto that and then up the hill. Wish me luck. There's this hill climb zone that has always had my number on the big bike, and I'm gonna go just play around and see if I can get through it. Maybe somewhat clean, we'll see. Oh man, still got my number. I think another thing though that changes in like the mental side of it is, I think on a big bike on hard stuff like this, you're just like, I just gotta get through it. And I think on this trials bike, there's a little bit of that like, I gotta get through it without touching. And I know like, for something like that, somebody who's never done it, that's kind of impossible, but it's a weird like shift in your mindset. And I feel like then if you can carry that mindset over to the big bike, maybe improve and maybe treat things and technique a little bit more importantly. Just a thought. I'm so tired. Holy crap. Alright guys, so I've basically had this trials bike now for kind of like a month. That's like a loose term. I mean, I've had it in my garage. Exactly what I spoke about kind of at the start of the video about that idea of like you only have so much time to ride, so like how do you break up your time? That's kind of been the case with this. Like I honestly haven't probably ridden it a ton in the last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just because I've been really busy riding my big bike. I've been having a lot of fun on that. But yeah, I'm kind of like removed from it a little bit, so back on it out today, just kind of to shoot a wrap up for this video and just kind of try to summarize yeah, just kind of my initial impressions after, like I said, about a month running this thing. There's a section of trail with a bunch of like kind of technical stuff on it. Then I'm gonna just today try to shoot a little sequence where I go through the whole section and try to get everything clean-ish. The likelihood of that happening is low because it's a lot of technical stuff and I can't get it clean on my big bike. So anyway, we will see. Probably the biggest takeaway for me has been really solidifying the thought of how valuable it is to keep your feet on the pegs. Like if I had to boil it down to what does a trials bike do for you? It reminds you very, very quickly how important it is to keep your feet on the pegs. And in the little amount of time that I've ridden this thing, I've noticed a jump up in my willingness to commit to keeping my feet on, and just kind of my mindset around the importance of it. So your bike works better when your feet are on the pegs. You make traction when your feet are on the pegs, and that's kind of been the lessons learned. Well, there's more to the trail, but I pretty much just blew myself out on that stupid thing, so I'm going to pack her in and call her good. So until next time, thank you.